What were we reading?
Isaiah 9 and 7.
All right. Let's jump back to Sirach 10.
Okay.
From the top, from number 1 again.
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 10, verse 1. A wise ruler will educate his people.
So why you got public school? Now let's get on Esau.
Right.
Why you got public schooling? You know, why you give people a smartphone and make them dumb? See? Jadakiss asks why?
Yeah.
Why? Why do you allow women to be whores? Why do you want men to be effeminate? Why? Why are you not educating your people? Why do you not push for people to go into more business ethics, accounting, lawyer? Why is minimum wage the average outcome for a job of income for the average American citizen?
Right.
Why? Why does America poison its people? What you think, cause niggas is through, that your ass ain't a target? See, Esau thinks cause niggas are at the bottom that they ain't get, you eating processed food too.
Yep.
You out of shape too.
Yep.
Your woman a hoe too.
And you in slavery too.
Come on, man.
They're all fucking slaves now.
Fuck out of here, man. That whole family unit is to weaken the man.
Yep.
You out here pushing a cart and the bottom of your belly's on the handle.
Oh my god.
Get out of here, man. You brothers better get some milk thistle, get that liver together, get them push-ups, them pull-ups. You know? I was blessed to do a 5-mile bike run yesterday.
That's
that's
an accomplishment right
Yeah,
there.
hopping on my bike too.
See? Call all your bus my side. That's it.
Greased up the chain and
That's
all
it.
that. And you know what I'm
That's
saying?
it.
I got on there and I was like, oh shoot. At first it was like,
Yeah. He don't want you to do
Shock
that.
your body.
Yeah.
Yep.
He don't want you to do that. Why are you not eating?
Right.
Why are you not grinning? Why are you not pummeling your fellow black man? Haven't I given you enough doctrine of deception? What do you need? Boys in the hood too? See? Right?
Yeah, bro.
You're like,
they're gonna kill Ricky again.
again, his son. Remember he had a son?
Oh man.
They're gonna kill
They're
him.
gonna kill him.
Keep going. Let's from the top again.
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 10, verse 1.
No Diddy.
A wise ruler will educate his people.
So why are these people not educated? Because they don't have a wise ruler. There's not a wise eldership over people. You're dealing with the basis of it all, the lowest. Daniel 4:17. You want to snag that? It actually goes in the lowest.
What they say, supervisor?
Yeah, wow. Yeah, you got a stupid visor. You really do. It's vexing. You got it, bro. Kratza.
Daniel 4:17. This matter is by the decree of the watchers.
Oh, it's 4:27. That's for my northern. Watch out, Ice. Keep going.
And the demand by the word of the holy ones.
Yep.
To the intent that the living may know.
Let the living know. Okay, you let these living beings know. It ain't voting. Okay? It wasn't a political challenge that gained him success for the people.
Right.
All right? But the living doesn't understand because wisdom was commanded to rest on us. So these people, all they know is vanity. They'll tell you the most expensive Pokemon card.
Yeah.
You know? They'll tell you about the New York Giants' third pick. But they can't. That's why Sirach 38. They think you may be able to put a car together, but you ain't going to be in the throne for leadership.
Mm-hmm. Right. And it reads, Daniel 4:17.
The Lord is calling everybody's bluff. Everybody's bluff is being, everybody that's walking around with this little weak, proud ass spirit is being checked now.
That's right.
Because when you just pull back and look at people, you look like ants.
Mm-hmm.
You just look like little horny ants running around.
Yeah.
You know? That's what
man.
you people see. We look in. We're not within. We look in. Like remember Ezekiel, he looked in.
Mm-hmm.
We just watch you. And we stand back. We see the power that you think you have. These people don't have power. You have a deception of power.
Right. They have titles and shit like that.
Yep.
You know? And that shit goes to their head.
Yep.
And that causes pride. That's why it says pride go before destruction.
Yep.
You know?
Do a push-up.
Yeah. Right. Do a clean pull-up.
Right.
5 of them straight. 10.
With good form.
Yes. Come on, man.
Nigga cough up a cigarette butt.
Back in Daniel 4:17, and it says, to the intent that the living may know.
Let's let the living need to know. So that proves you're on a need to know basis.
Yep.
So the Lord sent his prophets out to let you know what you need to know. These people are on a need to know basis. So if we're out here telling you, that means now you need to know this.
Yep.
You need to know war's coming. You need to know who Esau is. You need to know what the MOTB is. Because you have leaders that are educating you on this. Even amongst Hebrew Israelites. You don't even know what prophecy is. But you know what a fringe is. You know?
And it reads that the living may know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men and giveth it to whomsoever he will.
Now, speaking of ruleth in the kingdom of men, there was a quote by Napoleon where, what did he say? Damn, he made this good quote, but pretty much he said, damn, I gotta look it up. But he was going in how I can't remember it. I could see it, but I can't remember it. But pretty much he was like, when you don't know, let me look it up. Read that again, please.
Yep. This is the book of Daniel, chapter 4 and verse 17. And it says, to the intent that the living may know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men. And that's why it says when you go to Psalm 75, it says that the Most High, he set up, kings. He set up, who rules, and who doesn't. Real quick, if I may get that. This is the book of Psalms.
Oh, I got it.
Oh.
So check this out, which I believe he was from the France head. It says, Napoleon said, war is when your government tells you who the enemy is. A revolution is when you figure it out for yourself. So we have been allowed to figure out who the enemy is.
Yep.
And the enemy is Esau. That's why my man Fred Hampton said, he said, you may be able to kill a liberator, but you can't kill liberation.
Right.
You may be able to kill a freedom fighter, but you can't kill freedom.
Right.
I said, that shit is tough.
Yeah.
But then the Lord took him out in 1969,
Right.
which is when Abba Bivens came out. Look at that, he got a flag. Non-common
And that's,
man.
I believe, and they showing the movie of that movie. I forgot what it's called.
Judas and the Black Messiah.
Water. They showing the movie. They kept trying to lock him up, but every time he came out, he got more powerful. So they had to put him down. You know?
Which was the Lord.
Right.
Because the Most High kills and makes alive, and that proves the Black Panther Party was of men. That's why it came to naught, and it came to naught in 1969 when Malachi the 4th chapter was fulfilled. In the same time, the prophecy of Obadiah 1 and 3 was fulfilled. When you set your funky ass, you claimed you set yourself on the moon, that's when the Lord said, I'll bring you down.
Right.
It's carnal, it's vanity.
Exactly. Well, because they started breakfast. Shit, I like breakfast, but the Lord ain't say, and then once you get breakfast, you'll be delivered. You know what I'm saying? Like, no,
Right.
no. It don't work like that.
Right.
So you have too many Jakes that are self-proclaimed as saviors. Captain Zariak, you're not the savior. Captain Zariak, and I quote, said he took the jump shot so you could take it.
I seen that video too. Yep.
That man took it.
Yep.
Gehenna,
Yep.
all right, where the worm dieth not, which Yahushua was referring to the worm dieth not, meaning symbolic for the fire in Babylon, but he was referring to the valley of Hinnom, where we would throw shit to burn in. That's all where the worm dieth not. We can break it down too. Mark 9:44. But even General Gehenna, he said, go on down and take it.
Yep.
I don't want to hear nothing. I don't want to hear nothing from an IHBK member, because that's not practical.
Yep. Right.
It's not like a dump thing.
Yeah. We can go.
Burn stuff that's
Yeah.
like a dump.
Yeah, exactly. We can go into it if you want. If a brother, if you want to get it, where we at?
We Daniel's 4, and I had a precept. Yep.
You finished that? You got a precept?
Yes, it's a little more.
Okay.
Now, right here.
So for the listeners, just go to Mark. Look, study to show thyself approved. We're going to give you a lesson within a lesson. You go to Mark 9, and you go to verse 44. I'll do it real quick, brother, real quick. Side note. You go to Mark 9 and 40, start at 43, right here, and you click on the word hell for what in red letter, and guess what the word hell means? In the red letter, it means Gehenna, which means hell is the place of future punishment called Gehenna, or the Gehenna of fire This was originally the valley of Hinnom, south of Jerusalem, where the filth and dead animals of the city were cast out and burned, a fit symbol of the wicked in their future destruction. That's all it means.
Right.
So this is about to be Gehenna.
Yeah. That's why it's called the lake of fire.
And it says, the worm dieth not, because in that valley of valley slopes, so the worms would be on the sides of the slope, eating off the remnants of carcasses that didn't fully burn.
Yep.
So the worm didn't die because it ain't in the fire.
Exactly.
It was like if I was like you want to get wet like the near the rose garden.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Like, you know the rose garden because you live near that area.
Right.
So Yahushua was using a term that only the Jews knew.
Right.
So he was using a place that we burned things at to symbolize the destruction that was coming for our people here and now.
Right.
But then man took hell and said, in the middle of the earth.
See?
I have a question.
Yeah.
Does that mean you think about it? It says the worm dieth not.
Yep.
Is that referring to Jacob?
No, even though Jacob's referred to as a worm,
Right.
that worm that dieth not, meaning the literal maggots that were in the valley that didn't get burned from the fire.
So they're just going to continue to feed.
Yeah,
Exactly.
as the fire burns. Yep.
With the woman in red dress.
Yep.
Look it.
Well, the woman in the red dress is Satan.
Yep.
That's why in the movie Bedazzled, Satan presented herself to Brandon Far Out Frazier
Yep.
as a sexy brunette with a tight red dress on. So beware the woman in the red dress.
And going back to what you said about the valley of, how you say it again? The valley
Of Hinnom.
Hinnom. You said it's a valley, right? And what are we in?
The valley of the shadow of death.
This place
Perfect.
about to be burned completely crisp.
Yep.
You know, so how Shai was referring to Babylon burning to that.
And no one cares. No one has the mental intellect of urgency to say, holy shit, let me drop what I'm doing and listen, because this means my ass could burn. I
Right.
could die. No, that's why, like Noah, they're not considering the rain is coming.
Exactly.
You know?
But that's why fear got to be installed inside these people.
Well, fear's coming.
Yeah.
Fear's coming. And that walk in Jacob's trouble is going to change with our people.
Back in day,
I'm sorry,
Salakia.
my bad, Salakia. Jacob's going to be running like Childish Gambino in the end of, what is it?
This is America.
This is America.
Yeah.
He embodied
Oh
that.
shit.
The way he was running, bro, that's how, nigga women too.
For real, man.
Big mama, little mama, big Jim, slim Jim, everybody.
Yeah, niggas that you thought couldn't run,
Gonna
they
be running.
Run.
Niggas with one leg.
Man,
Think that's a chimpanzee or something.
adrenaline make you do some special things.
Yep.
Daniel 4:17, and it says to the intent that the living may know.
So it's like, remember he said, what are you? An idiot sandwich. So it's like,
Right.
we want to let your ass know what's going on.
Yup.
What's going on? You know? But if the Lord isn't dealing with you to take heed to what's going on, then there's no need for us to continue to tell you
Exactly.
what's going on. Go listen to Marvin Gaye then.
And it reads that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men.
So God put Trump in office.
Yep.
All right? God put Donald Trump in office. Okay? And may the Lord protect us from nigger women and demons.
Please.
And give us a mouth our adversaries can't gainsay or resist.
Please.
So the Bible lets us know that Donald J. Trump was elected by God.
Yep.
So God put that white man in office.
Yep.
God gave you that white man. Read it again.
It said Daniel 4:17.
Yep.
It says to the intent that the living may know.
So the living needs to know that the Most High has put these rulers in. The Lord gave you who he gave you.
Yep.
Keep going.
And it says that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men.
Yep.
And giveth it to whomsoever he will.
Yep.
And set it up over at the basis of men.
There you go. And then you got your leader of Babylon. He'll invite people and then he gives them McDonald's.
Yeah. Yeah.
He'll invite you to the White House and then he gives you some dry, warm ass Big Macs, which Amalek admitted that there's human flesh in there.
Yeah.
Do you know the definition of beef is anything that dies with flesh? So you don't even, what's beef? Shit, you don't even know.
Hey, watch that movie.
Soylent?
Yes, it's called Soylent Green with Charleston Heston.
Yep.
You know.
So what's beef? Biggie? No, what's beef is a Big Mac. And that Big Mac might be a boy. In that movie Spell, she had him eat his son's right hand.
Yeah,
Remember?
yeah. Yep.
And you know what? And Jake, you deserve slavery too. All right, you wicked ass niggas. Cause did you know during slavery, Jake was practicing hoodoo and voodoo? Bet you didn't know that. Look that up.
Yep.
Go watch the movie Spell. A lot of Israelites are witches and warlocks.
Real quick, this is Psalm 75 and verse 7. It says, just to land back off Daniel, it says, but the Most High is the judge. He put down one and set it up another.
And he don't just put you down like, okay,
Right.
I'm putting you on a shelf.
Right,
When he puts you down, it's for you to stay down.
right. That's right, man.
And if you don't lay down, what did he say?
He said, he said,
If you don't get down,
if you don't get down, you're gonna lay down. When
If
you
you
lay down, you'll
stay
stay
down.
down. That's a threat. That's
and Joshua, he put his foot on the
Yeah.
back of kings' necks.
that's right.
Better keep your ass right there.
Right. Back in Sirach, right?
Yeah, let's go back to Sirach 10 now. Pratazaba.
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 10.
You start at 1 again.
A wise ruler will educate his people.
Public schooling does not educate you.
Hell no.
The only thing you could benefit off of public school is breaking down Daniel 7.
Yep.
And it's Daniel 7 to 8. Well, you could actually start at 1 when you think about it, because you learn about the Persians, the Greeks, and Romans, you know? But he don't educate you. That's why the average adolescent in 2025 is stupid.
True.
Let's get Jeremiah 4:22.
Yep.
The average adolescent in America is dumb. You gotta look, y'all the last generation. The way these kids are now, they're not built like how we were. They're not ready for war.
Jeremiah 4:22. For my people is foolish,
Stupid.
they have not known me.
Nigga says gang.
They are sod. Oh shit.
Well, it means sadish goes into stupid.
Yep.
Stupid, a stupifizer.
It says they are sodish children.
They are.
And they have none understanding.
They're children in adult bodies. When you go to work, it's nothing but high school again.
Yeah.
It's just high school. You got your cliques, you know? You got these adult women that are doctors. They got their doctorate, which means falsified, right? They got their doctorate, their college degrees, but they're just little ass girls that like to gossip, you know? That's why you get a woman and she's always talking about drama at her fucking job, because it's your little girl ass that's always doing something. That's why you wasting your time trying to be a model citizen of America.
Yep.
You better go against the grain. You better be a man. You better be ruthless. You know? You don't want to be known as the nice guy.
Right.
Nice means stupid.
Nice guys finish last.
Yep.
And it reads Jeremiah
Even though it says last shall be first.
Right.
You know?
But as the old saying goes.
As the old saying goes.
Jeremiah 4:22, and it reads,
You gotta learn to tell people no.
you have to.
And then once you learn to tell people no, you'll start saying, hell no. Hell no.
Yep.
Fuck out of here. You gotta these people are under us. You just got you prevent forest fires. You gotta tell her. You gotta do it, bro. Yo, move over there. Oh, my bad. Okay. You gotta do it.
Because they won't.
They won't.
You gotta tell Diddy no.
It says,
Which Trump said he might pardon him.
hey, hey.
That means he was like set up to do that.
Of
He was
course.
a boy.
Of
Exactly.
It
course.
was a distraction.
Yes. Yes.
We didn't see Diddy face once.
Come on.
man.
And Cassie's a sexual deviant too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she's not innocent.
She said if she broke up with Diddy, who would she go with? Because Jay-Z's taken.
Oh my goodness.
Listen, women are evil. Women are Satanists.
Did you see the face on her husband? I was like, yo.
A Edomite.
He was finding out like all the stuff that was going on.
He was jealous
like,
because it wasn't him.
Yeah, no, that's true.
The
That's
vine
true.
of Sodom.
That's true.
That nigga like to do things too.
Yeah.
Weirdos.
Jeremiah 4:22. They are wise to do evil,
Yep.
but to do good they have no knowledge.
Yeah, these niggas are wise to break down scriptures based off Esau's understanding.
Right.
But to do good, and have the correct doctrine, they have no understanding. That's why it says it's a stumbling block to the wicked.
Right, yep.
Now let's go back to Esau's punk ass.
Right.
Sirach chapter 10.
And one again.
A wise ruler will educate his people.
Why is everyone overweight? Why is all these males with big ass guts like they're 8 months pregnant? Look at them, man. They're pre-diabetic, man.
Yeah.
All the processed food. You know, we're actually what R. Kelly say? Y'all killing me with this shit. I'm fighting for my life.
It's the food.
It's the food. We actually like this brother knows it's a running joke, but I eat for my digestion. But that's because your digestion is under attack. This right here under attack. This right here under attack. Everything's under attack here.
Man, bro.
He attacks your malehood. He attacks your stomach, and he attacks your mind. So we have to constantly keep fighting to keep those things in shape. You know, you better drink some baking soda water.
I got a quick one.
Yeah.
Ephesians 6 and verse 12. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places.
There's a reason why he's giving you concrete. There's a reason why he uses frequencies.
Yep.
There's a reason why you have EMF. You know, there's a reason why you got a microwave of radiation.
Right.
You're eating food heated up off of microwaves of radiation. You ain't turning into the Hulk, you know?
Damn.
You're gonna walk around and sulk,
Damn.
you know? You're gonna walk around and, what is the enemy? Abomination?
Yeah, abomination.
See?
Yeah,
You're eating nuke. Nah, man, I use oven.
Yeah.
I use an oven.
Yeah, bro.
I don't even like plastic. But shit, I got a drink for my prey. But I don't even like aluminum foil.
Yeah, that's harmful to even use when you cook with it.
Yep.
Yeah, bro.
Aluminum cans. You're drinking something out of aluminum.
Yeah.
So you're putting heavy metals more than music. Your body's filled with heavy metal. That's why your ass always goes off from the metal detector.
Yeah.
You filled up and turned out.
Yeah. That's now I don't want to say too much because Esau he cooked things, but that's why it's good to eat. What's that fruit we always eat?
Well, cilantro comes to mind. Tamarind, yeah.
It detoxifies, your pineal
Yep.
gland.
Keep going.
A wise ruler will educate his people.
Like a brother, you're gonna educate other brothers, and you're gonna put them on to what the world ain't putting them on. Because if you ain't putting your brother on, someone could overtake him, and now you ain't a brother. 70% of what we eat is not food. Oh my God. 70% of what you eat is not even considered food. And then you're not active because Babylon got you deceived. So you think that you're successful because you spend 40 hours a week in a cubicle, but the word cubicle means a bedroom or a small room. But then when you get locked up, it's called a jail cell, and it's a cell because it means a small room. So what's the difference between a jail cell and a cubicle? You proud ass people. So don't think that you're missing out because you don't got an office job. The average office job is garbage, weak, and whack. You sit there all day in front of a computer with bags under your eyes, and you're proud. You don't do nothing. Shit, a janitor's more free in a business setting than the people that got an office in it.
Hell yeah, bro.
Did you get my email?
Yeah, exactly.
Real quick, Salakia. Matthew 24 and verse 22.
Some
And
of this Sequoia keep going around.
Right. Matthew 24 and verse 22. And except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved.
No flesh,
Yeah.
no beef. What do you say? What's for dinner?
Right.
You gotta be careful what you eat and what time you eat. I get mad if I eat past 10. I do at times, but I'm still mad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because you understand your body. That's why you gotta make sure that you're putting what you need in to also flush out.
That's very true.
Sleep.
Your digestion's still working.
Yeah. And it says, but for the elect's sake,
The elect.
those days shall be shortened.
Wadi Abbas Shai for the elect. What's the elect is the government.
Right.
There is a government, you know? So this thing is really going down.
Right.
And Esau's really about to come in like a flood because he has to. He has to attempt to overthrow this because that's a part of prophecy. Back in Sirach 10 again. And from there, we can go to 1 Peter 4.
It's all good. I'll read it from the top. A wise ruler will educate his people, and his government will be orderly. All the officials and all the citizens will be like their rulers.
So the nigga woman is like her ruler, Edom.
Yep.
The way Eve act is that's how you act proves who you are led by.
Exactly.
So if you say gang, gang, your leader's a gang member.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When you think about it, everybody is carrying themselves off their elder, off their leader. So when you look at the average black woman, how she acts like an Edomite. So that's her elder. That's her shepherd.
Yep.
You know? When you look at Jake, he carries himself like Young Thug. That's his leader.
Yep.
So in the last days, who are you like subscribing and following? Right?
Yeah. It's like everybody we see right now in this world, they're Esau's fruit.
Yep.
That's why it says there's many Christ.
Yep.
You know, there's many anointed. You know?
Yep.
You of your father, the devil.
Yep. Well, our leader will beat your leader's ass.
That's right.
How about that? Okay, keep going. And all these people just got demons on them. They don't even know what they're doing.
Yeah.
They're just they're a possession of the obsession. They're born in vain. They don't know what's going on. A flood's coming. World War III's about to happen. America's going to be destroyed by Russia. This landmass is going to burn. Keep going.
Verse 2, all the officials and all the citizens will be like their ruler.
Boom.
Perfect.
So the average citizen in America is a base fellow like the bases that you're following. Okay? So we're surrounded by mad Edomites. What they call it, a mad world.
Yeah.
All around me, all I see is worn out faces, worn out places. That's mad world.
Crazy.
Everybody. Oh, the nations are mad. They're overweight and mad. Okay? Their highlight of their month is the 3rd because of EBT. Remember that nigga? EBT.
Had a commercial for that?
No, a nigga should have got paid for it.
Oh, shoot.
He was dancing because he said it's lit. We got the EBT came in so they could get food.
Yo, it's always Jake.
Yes.
But that shit gonna be cut off. So watch.
Yeah.
And then watch until that shit be put in the chip.
Yep.
Watch.
Verse 3, an uneducated king will ruin his people.
And that's the ruin. So you are being led. What did Trump say? I love poor, what did he say? Uneducated people.
Yep.
He said, I love my poor, uneducated people. And the black woman left from kneeling for King Charles, and she crawled on her knees all the way to America. Remember that bitch?
Yeah,
She
in the kitchen.
You didn't see that video?
Yeah, bro.
You're black queen to be.
And mind you, she was the only one that bowed down to him.
Yeah.
Everybody was in the kitchen, all Edomites, except for her. She bowed down to this Edomite, crying. You know, so that goes to show who she's in league with. But she won't bow down for you.
Nope.
You know?
Nope. She'll control alt delete your seed.
I got a quick precept real quick.
Real quick, let me read this. It says Trump loves the poorly uneducated. Why in 2020? Look, that's 2016.
Damn.
You might need to flip it, screenshot it, and just reverse it. I'm gonna put this on a shirt.
Let me see.
I'm gonna work out in it. I'm gonna work out. I got a shirt for brothers. Somebody needs to make this. Look for weights, not women.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Then look, it says I'm gonna put this on a shirt and get a big pump.
Right.
I love my poorly uneducated. Okay.
Oh man.
But we're in the spirit to educate you, to draw something out of you, to give you a mind of your own. You know.
Verse 3, an uneducated king will ruin his people.
So this is why we see people in a ruined state. Now what proves that Babylon's not set up to fix you? Since we've been out here, we've gone through 3 presidents. Since I've been in the truth, I've experienced 3 presidents. Donald Trump, Joe Biden, Donald Trump. Since we've been out here at camp, we've saw the same homeless Jakes for 3 different presidents, so that proves he ain't here to fix you.
Yep.
Right? Why do we see the same, those two, that male Jake
Yep.
and that she one that walked by? She's been out here since we've been out here, bro.
Yeah.
But there's been 3 presidents that have came and went in that time, right?
Yep.
Trump, Biden, and Trump. That's 3 presidents.
Like, come on, that's 3 terms right there.
That's 3 terms.
What the fuck?
Why do we see the same?
They ain't fixed her yet.
Yeah. And IUIC, where you at? Where the fringes at? You know? Right? If that's gonna fix her, because now they teach that you'll be judged by the clothes you wear.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not the gospel. Come on, man. That's not the scriptures. Come on. They're scattering. So they're not of Yahweh Shai.
They're golden lords with fringes on. So we got Meteor Man.
That's right.
You know?
That's right.
You see Meteor Man? Remember the golden lords? That's IUIC.
Man.
Back in Sirach 10.
An uneducated king
Yep.
will ruin his people.
Homelessness is at an all-time high.
Yep.
See? When you look at the state of Babylon, you have an uneducated king governing you. And this is why it's so important, the water. That's why it's so important for you to be able to govern yourself. Because if you wait for him to govern you, it says the mercy of the wicked is cruel.
Right.
So he's gonna govern a sea hip inside of you. Keep going.
Verse 3, an uneducated king will ruin his people, but a government will grow strong if its rulers are wise.
Boom. Now let's get Amos 8 and 11.
Gotcha.
The house of David, and then we'll go into 1 Peter 4 and the G&T to exhort and admonish the sheep in the times we're in right now.
Did you say in the GNT?
Yeah, he's holding it
Okay.
in the 1 Peter 4. But we'll go to Amos 8 and 11.
This is the book of Amos, chapter 8 and verse 11.
Because we're in Basra.
Right.
Did you hear that latest so-called that false breakdown from Genesis? They try to say that the Basra, or excuse me, the Lake of Fire is not America.
I think it was we're supposed to be throwing all these lands into
They ain't got it, bro.
Basra.
They ain't got
Don't
it.
have the Holy Spirit.
The Apostle Tahar was talking about that.
Do you know if you go on Google Maps, the only Basra that's found on there is in Connecticut? So Basra is actually here.
That's right.
Physically, but spiritually first.
Yeah.
Like this is Egypt. But even the ancient land of Basra ain't even called Basra.
Come on, man.
So that's a cut.
This is Amos 8 and verse 11.
This is the real government right here. Real King Dis.
Amos 9 and verse 11.
Oh, my bad.
Excuse me.
Well, that's the famine, right?
Yeah.
So read that first.
Yeah. Amos 8 and 11.
See?
Behold, the days come, saith the Lord power, that I will send a famine in the land.
So the Lord's going to send a famine.
That's right.
The video's getting cut off. The video's getting cut short. Trump making executive orders that we can't be out here. So we're gonna suffer soon, but we gotta smile at that.
That's right.
You know?
It says that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread nor thirst for water, but of hearing the words of the Lord.
Read that again.
We just talked about him too.
Yeah.
Amos 8 and 11. Behold, the days come, saith the Lord power, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor thirst for water, but of hearing the words of the Lord.
Man. And the words of the Lord is where you know compassion is at. So the fact that we're still out here is compassion. Damn, that's messed up, man.
Yeah, man.
You know, we need the kingdom. Yeah, we need Yahweh Shai. We need, so to see what Jake is in, it's bad.
Yeah. And look, he's so
Clean it up.
You know? And it says, but of hearing the words of the Lord.
So there's a time coming where you're not going to be able to hear the gospel anymore. You're not going to be able to hear the good news.
Right.
And now's the time where good news needs to be heard.
Yeah, man.
Like telling you, hey, it's almost over.
Right, man.
Not, hey, go to Michael's and wear these fringes.
Right, man.
I'm telling you, hey, it's almost over, brother. It's almost over for you.
Come on. And look right here, you know, we got hell right here. And look, you know, 30 feet away, you know?
Ever since we've been out here, man.
And then look right down the street, you got the heathens prospering.
Yep.
You know?
You got a homeless Jake cleaning up the sidewalk filled with litter. He's been out here years, bro.
Man. And look at bitches, you know, excuse me.
Yeah, nah, keep it
You know,
thousand.
it's like bitches walking freely, like there's no care in the
Got
world,
their
man.
fucking ass hanging all out.
You know?
Don't even care about the condition of they ain't humanitarians,
Nah,
man. They're not humanitarians. That shit is wicked.
That's why great judgment's coming to the great city. You know, it needs to.
Yeah.
You know? Because if not, it's like we just, how Shai said it best, no flesh will be saved.
That's selfish.
You know?
That's selfish. Having something be able to grow inside you and for you to kill that is selfish, man. Shit is evil here. And then she's right down there on the ground.
Wow.
A Jake man and a Jake woman.
Man.
But women get to flock around here with their fucking booty meat out. And they don't care about your salvation, man.
I'm so glad the Lord's about to put these heathens, you know, to like, man.
All of them.
All of them. Amos 8 and verse 12, and it reads, and they shall wander from sea to sea.
See?
And from the north even to the east.
Like even Jake right now wandering aimlessly in vanity. But soon they're gonna, well, that's probably a nigga.
What the fuck, man? This is hell, bro.
This is a valley of Gehenna. This is the valley of Gehenna.
I see why it's gonna be burned though.
Yeah.
I see why it's and it's set, but this how the elites want it.
I'll never understand if somebody ignores your call, don't call back. Read this again.
Amos 8 and 12, and they shall wander from sea to sea, and from the north even to the east.
So there's a time coming, the Jakes that are out here wandering up and down aimlessly, they're gonna be wandering looking for the answers.
Mm-hmm.
And this is where the answers are at.
That's right.
You know? Don't trust AI. These are the answers. Then they call AI the answer?
Yeah.
See?
Yeah, you had the question, then you had the answer.
But we got the answer.
Right.
Through the Holy Spirit. We even have to check artificial idumia.
Mm-hmm. And it reads, they shall run to and fro to seek the word of the Lord and shall not find it. But here it is, like how it says, I mean, you read the chapter earlier, 2 Esdras 9, but I believe if you read above that a little bit, it says that liberty was given to them.
Yep.
You know, like being, excuse
Grace.
me, the door of repentance.
Yep.
You know, and it's right here.
Yep.
But here it is, you know, you got the prophets out here day in and day out. You know, they're ignoring us, right?
Yep.
But guess what? Right here it says, they shall, it says, excuse me, they shall run to and fro to seek the word of the Lord.
Run.
And shall not, exactly. But right now, no destruction's happening. You know, like nothing's going on right now to make them panic.
Like rain.
Exactly. But guess what? Shit's gonna make them panic soon. And then they're gonna want answers. You know? That's why the Lord said, you shall seek me and not find me.
Yep.
You know, you wanna call upon me, but it's too late. You know?
Because I've showed you my compassion by sending out my messengers B times and sending them.
Come on.
I sent them out there. What do you mean?
Come on.
They've been out here. Why didn't you listen?
You haven't heard? You didn't get the memo? That's what they say in the word of business. You didn't get the memo? You didn't get the email? Come on. And it says, oh, that was it.
Okay.
That was it.
You got a precept? So you want to go to the House of David?
Oh, yes. Yep.
Was there more in there? I think there might be.
Start me at verse. I ended on verse 3.
Keep going.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Okay. Let's see. Verse. This is the book of Sirach, chapter 10, verse 4. The Lord sees the government of the world and brings the right person to power at the right time.
Boom. So it ain't quite time yet. So we're waiting for the Lord to fulfill prophecy on this place. But in the meantime, man thinks that what did he say? Man made the car.
Yeah.
You know, so like James Brown song, This is a man's world.
Yep.
But that's deceived man for what has been created. So man now is vain by nature. So man thinks because what they created that they can govern themselves. You know? They can't, these people can't rule themselves.
Right.
You can't rule yourself, man. Look at her. She don't know what the fuck to do.
That's pride. That's pride, man.
Now let's show what the right leader are. Read this.
Amos 9 and verse 11.
Because the Lord, Yahweh Shai is about to get sent back. Yahweh Shai is coming back. Yahweh Shai is coming back. And Yahweh Shai has a name that you people are not going to be able to mispronounce and think that it's okay.
That's right.
Remember when you went to school? Chakwem? Chakwem here? And you always had a corrector? You know? Bitch.
Oh, man.
It'd be the easiest name.
Yep.
Yep.
Fuck it up.
Yep. I wasn't going to say it like that. But when you go into scriptures, everybody's name is like a Jake's name.
Yeah. Jemima.
See, but then but Esau, he prides himself off the Greek versions like Peter, John.
Right.
You know?
Yep. This is Amos 9 and verse 11. And that day will I raise up the tabernacle of David that is fallen.
See? Yep.
And close up the breaches thereof.
That's why you got northern and southern together. You know, this isn't just a dominantly north-run spirit.
Yeah.
You got brothers from all different tribes in positions of leadership, shepherd, elders. You know?
Right.
You got more than just Judah.
That's
Isn't
right.
the elder Bishop Sakaran Ephraim?
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
That's an elder.
Yeah.
You know, the elder Manatazak, I think he's a Gadite.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know? You got elders out here.
Yeah, man.
But then when you look at other camps, they really push that southern spirit.
Yeah. And that's why Yahweh Shai said, ye are a kingdom, a nation of kings and priests. You know?
Yep. Keep going.
It says, verse 11, and it says, and I will raise up his ruins, and I will build it as in the days of old.
Boom. So now we're being built. Now jump to 1 Peter 4, and let's go into that. So now we're being built up. You know the current condition that we're all going through, and now we're learning how to react to it. You're being built up now in the adversity, the furnace of affliction,
Yep.
so that you can handle when certain things arise against us that other people will crumble in.
Yep.
Don't for a second think that these people can handle what you go through, man.
Yeah.
They ain't going through nothing. That's why they act the way they do. All right, let things that happen to you go happen to them and see if their ass is still happy and chipper
Right.
at work.
Yep. Let's see, you know, if they're still willing to be your so-called friend.
Let's see how they act when they're facing eviction and dealing with some discrimination. All right,
Come on, man.
let's see how they act when their car don't start, but you still got to make payments on it. When your electricity gets turned off and you paid it. Go watch the movie The White Man's Burden.
Yeah. Great movie.
You ever see The White Man's Burden? Oh man,
That's a great movie,
That's
man.
a great movie.
Yeah, you gotta watch that.
It's a movie that was depicted in an alternate universe where pretty much Jake is in Esau's position and Esau's in Jake's position, and they don't give no explanation why. And it was an Ammonite who was a director named Desmond. So he's probably a nigga.
Yeah.
Excuse me, he's probably a Jake, because only a Jake would name his son Desmond.
Yep. This is the G&T translation, and it says 1 Peter 4 and 12. And the ledger says, suffering as a Christian.
Yep, suffering as following the anointed.
And it says 1 Peter 4 and 12.
Because you got people that'll suffer being a Browns member. You know what I mean? Like being a part of the team. You got people
Right.
suffering for being the baby killers for the military.
Right.
You got people that suffer for being MAGA supporter. People that suffer for the ABC community.
Yep.
Right? Is it because I'm black? You know? Look at Jake, just came home. They don't make Jakes like that.
Hell no.
They don't make Jakes like this no more. They don't want Jakes like that. Remember them kind of Jakes?
You got that
Tim's
get,
and prison
You
tans.
gotta get out, get up right there. He do though.
I bet he don't play that shit though.
Right.
Remember, was that one Jake he said when Matumbo hit him with his hand?
Yeah.
He got Matumbo hands.
Yeah.
But those are the Jakes that they killed. They don't want Jakes like that out here. Actually, testosterone can lead, has their masculinity.
Yep, you got that walk to him.
That's why all them Jakes that are today are tall and skinny.
Yeah.
With dreads. Everyone's just tall and skinny with dreads, man.
They all wear pink, got their nails polished
Yep.
like women. Man, it's through, man.
Yep.
1 Peter 4 and 12 in the G&T.
The YNs were created in an Edomite lab.
Yeah, man.
Keep going.
Just go watch the movie. They clone Tyrone.
Yep.
You know? Esau showing this right in our faces.
They should have titled it, They Create the Perfect Nigga.
He probably just came out.
Yeah.
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 Serious.
The jailhouse right around the corner.
That's what they want to keep.
Yep.
The Jakes like that.
Yep.
In prison.
Yep. So transmissions and motorcycles can run up and down the street.
Procreate.
Yep.
1 Peter 4:12.
And then, my bad. And then evil argue that a man can have a baby.
Yeah.
Eve, leave her ass alone. It's time for sis to get dismissed.
Yes.
Okay?
I was speaking of sis, I was just watching the
we
video.
we got our own sisters.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, man.
But that just please keep your point. But that whole spirit of just because you're a black woman, come up and be accepted. Hell
Yeah.
no. You got a point?
Yeah, man. I was watching.
I'm sorry, my bad
Yeah,
again.
you good.
Even you sisters, don't you be just fucking accepting any black woman among you, man. She'll come up with a baby that's not hers. She stole it. Then you're trying to help the baby, and now she's stealing from your house.
Right.
Stop doing that, man. Stop giving wickedness a pass.
Man. Well, I was gonna say, just like Eve, like she loves Esau, but she won't love you. I was watching the video of how this Edomite, he's a German Edomite, and he made some like meal, but it was like with raw ground beef, and he put veggies over it. You seen it?
Pickles, mustard.
Yeah. So
I said, is this nigga making it up?
yeah,
And she was like,
I'm like, damn. So if she'll do that and
For
eat
him.
that shit. Oh, she's gone. She got her.
she'll eat
know?
shit out of Esau's hand.
Literally.
But then
Out the palm of his hand.
question you that salvation's only for Israel.
Yeah.
And she had a head wrap on.
Yep.
She had a head wrap on.
That's Esau's lapdog.
Yeah. And she's willing to do everything sexually and physically and mentally for him.
Yep.
So let her. We ain't here to save Eve or Esau.
All right.
This is about the house of David.
That's right, man.
That's why it's a small remnant.
Right. 1 Peter 4:12 in the G&T. My dear friends, do not be surprised at the painful test you are suffering, as though something unusual were happening to you.
Yeah, strange things happening. I was doing a lesson the other day and my glasses broke in the middle of it. It just popped right off. Bing. That's strange.
Jake,
You
right.
know? That's strange.
Right.
Your car not started. That's strange.
That's strange.
Certain things happening. Wi-Fi not working. That's strange. Just certain things happening. Strange things happen. You know?
And then when you try to show somebody, it's like, yo, man, look what's happening. It's
Yep.
like it start working.
Yeah, because they're not set up to help you in it.
Right.
You got to go through it though.
Right.
Keep going.
And it reads, verse 13, rather be glad that you are sharing Yahushai's suffering.
So now when you go through in particular things, your mind and spirit is being changed to have a more spirit of thankful, a stronger spirit.
Yep.
So you're not broken by it. Because the average man and woman is going to be broken by the common things that we go through. That's what it's getting into, man.
Right.
Things that you go through, the average person, a woman can't even handle driving in rush hour,
Hell no.
let alone Russia. You know? Serious.
Straight up.
Serious. These people are like, that's why you need to be humble. You know you ain't shit, but you're proud to act like your shit don't stink. You're shit, but then you say your shit don't stink. What's need of you then? That's a wandering star.
Yeah, you seen it, right?
Yeah, he gave us the fist though.
And look at all the fucking heathens.
He'll run through them too.
Yeah.
Yeah, you would.
Jake will run through them.
Maybe some shit really did that just now.
Right. They all turn into bowling pins.
And it says, 1 Peter 4 and verse 13. It says, so that you may be full of joy when his glory is revealed.
So you get happy when your car don't start.
Right.
You know, you get happy in the sufferings that you deal with because that's you being built up to understanding the Lord's will.
Right.
Do you understand the Lord's will?
Right.
That's a heavy thing, man. So-
Yeah, it's like when you understand it, like, Yahweh Shai's will, you are accepting, what happens really. It's like, not like that, but it's like kind of not nonchalant, but nonchalant, if you know what I'm trying to say. It's like
To be spiritually minded is life and
Thank
peace.
you. Exactly. It's like, the Lord got it. I'm gonna put those burdens on, Yahweh Shema Shai. I'm gonna just keep going with my day.
That's peace.
Yahweh Shai said there's enough hell in one day to just worry about the next day.
Ain't it?
It
really is.
Come on, it's like in basketball. Okay, you down 20 points, but instead of you looking at the scoreboard constantly, you gotta get that stop and then get a bucket.
Just get that next bucket.
Get a stop, get a bucket.
That's
and then
it.
by the time you know it, you up 10.
Yep.
That's
it. And they're scrambling fourth quarter.
Right.
Because everyone we're dealing with is only used to winning. So what happens now when we win in the game? Well, we just read the precept. Whereas smoke.
Yeah.
You see? So an average nigga is nothing more than the tip of a blunt.
Yeah.
About to get ashed out.
Yeah. Well, they moving, bro, in a minute. 1 Peter 4 and verse.
The buffet must be over.
1 Peter 4. I'm sorry. And verse 14. It says, "How are you if you are insulted because you are Yahweh Shai's followers?"
Yeah. Oh, y'all great millstone? I'm good. Good.
Right.
We're glad that you think we're grapists.
Right.
We're glad that you think that we're cult members.
Right.
Which cult means just worship. Like Buffalo Bills, that's a cult following.
Yes.
But they don't get no ill treatment.
Right.
Because that's vanity. So we're happy that you don't like us. We're happy.
Yes.
We're happy that the world don't want us. Even though we know we're better than the world, have better ideas than the world, can do your job better than you. We're happy that you got your dream job and we got denied.
Right.
Okay? We're happy.
Right, man.
We're glad. Keep going.
And it reads, says, "Because you are Yahweh Shai's followers."
See?
This means that the glorious spirit, the spirit of the Most High, is resting on you.
Woo! So the Spirit's resting with us. Remember, it says the world can't receive the Spirit of truth.
That's right. Yes.
That's why this walk. But that's what makes you holy. If the world accepted you, how could you be holy?
Right.
You need to go through these certain things in this walk so you can see, oh, you're holy. Oh, you're set apart. Oh, the Spirit's dealing with you. It ain't dealing with everyone else.
That's right. And it reads, "If you suffer, it must not be because you are a murderer."
We ain't murderers.
"Or a thief."
We don't steal.
"Or a criminal."
We don't break the law.
"Or a meddler in other people's affairs."
We mind our business.
All the time.
We mind our business because we are about our Father's business. And business is good.
That's right.
It is, though.
Yeah. That's
And
right.
we're not proud, but when you look around, you people ain't got nothing going on, man. You ain't got nothing real going on as a creature. Shit, a dog got more purpose than y'all.
Verse 16. "However, if you suffer because you are a Christian," or Israelite,
Yeah.
"don't be ashamed of it."
Well, back then, we were being called Christians in Antioch first, following the anointed, Hamashiach.
That bitch not moving.
Because it's a Moabite,
Right.
heathens.
Same Sequoia.
That's a woman driving though.
Same exact one.
That's why I'm thankful for that 1,000 years.
Yes.
That first 1,000 years,
Yes.
every Moabite needs to have a collar on.
Yes. Every heathen.
Yep.
Every Moabite, Elamite, Ammonite, starting with the Edomites,
Yep.
Elamites,
And then
Hamites.
I'm gonna punish heathens for what Esau does wrong.
Yep.
So then that they punish him before we have to, because they know they'll be punished.
That's right. And it says,
Hey, get your ass out of here.
yeah, hurry up.
See, that's the problem with these people, because they think they got time to waste, and that's good. Keep wasting your time
Yeah.
till Leviathan come.
Yeah, man. Y'all can get judged. Verse 16, and it reads, 1 Peter 4 and 16, GNT.
Humans need to be ashamed of themselves.
They
man.
do.
I see why the Lord did away with all human existence. You got to actually understand why the Lord only saved 8 souls.
Man.
8. Ocho. You know?
Bro, compared to how many Esau says?
What's that? Ah, ba, ga, da, ha. What is that? La, ma, na?
Yes.
So na? What is the 8? What's the 8? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Ka.
Ah, okay.
8.
Damn.
He saved 8 characters.
Compared to
They say 4 billion.
that's a lot. And how much is it now? 8 billion? That's what Esau said.
Yeah.
Compared to 144.
And the 1/3.
Right, and the 1/3.
Shout out to the 1/3,
Right.
which consists of men, women, and children.
Right.
Okay, we think about you as well, but we also understand that even within the election, there's an elect amongst the elect, and it starts with that 144,000 first.
Back in 1 Peter 4:12, I'm sorry, 1 Peter 4:17.
These cops gonna have their hands full.
And in 1 Peter 4:16, don't be ashamed of it, but thank the Most High that you bear Yahweh's name.
See, so
the name.
Yep. So when that persecution arises and they start falsely saying you follow, and they're gonna come against you, believers.
Yep.
Your parents, you follow, but nobody said nothing about Dr. York. Nobody's jumped it on you following Nature Boy.
Right.
Nobody tripped out because you followed Brother Polite.
Right.
But or you went to the military, but because now they're falsely accusing us, your own family members could start to try to say things to make you think, you know, because they got demons on them. This truth is about standing up against wickedness, but majority of these people fall for nothing.
Yeah.
You know, they're born in vain.
Like the old saying goes, if you stand for something, fall for anything.
Yeah, if you don't stand for nothing, you'll fall for anything.
Yeah, so these people, like, that's why it says in Psalms 94:16, who shall stand for me against the breakers of iniquity?
Yep.
These people not doing shit.
Nope.
It's like you just said, through the spirit, they're born in vain.
And you know what gets me too, which it don't matter. But then these people, you know, they don't even acknowledge the severity of what you're standing up for.
Right.
You know?
Back in 1 Peter 4:17, the time has come for judgment to begin, and the Most High's own people are the.
And guess what? What happened to Alizé was judgment.
Yes.
Do you know that nigga's gone?
Yes.
He's on TikTok now, trying to flirt with Duke Dennis.
Oh,
He said, me and you need to have what'd he say? He said a Riz. He's basically saying he wants to play like Nerf gun. Like, I get, you know how they go into the mall and shoot at each other?
Yeah.
That's what that nigga's saying.
He's a Momo.
So you followed him. So all you wanted to follow Sakari, you know?
Well, it says that they became the children of hell.
Yeah.
So
Twice the children of
the
hell.
water. So the ones that follow, evil shepherds become worse than the shepherds themselves. You know?
That's judgment.
Yes.
What befall the leader of Sakari is judgment.
Yeah, man.
And the sheep got scattered. And now one of their camps, now their name is Masada, which is spiritual because Masada was the last stand that the Zealots had before the Roman occupation took them down.
Wow.
See that? Woo. Come on, man. You got to read between the lines.
And Jacob's trouble is right around the corner. You know?
You got to read between the lines, bro.
Yeah. Back in 1 Peter 4:17, it says, and the Most High's own people are the first to be judged.
Yep. Oh, Ezekiel 9:4. Mark them that sigh and cry.
Yeah.
Mark them that sigh and cry for all the abominations.
Man.
This shit's full of abominations, man. Through and through. You know how many Israelite men are carrying themselves in an effeminate manner because they were raised by that masculine, effeminate mother?
Yep.
That shit was an agenda, man. Look at it, 2 Jake women with masks on.
Inside the car.
With the windows up.
Hey, if you see anybody 225 with a mask, come on, man. Just leave them alone.
Yeah.
Leave them alone. And it says, verse 17, 1 Peter 4:17, and the Most High's own people are first to be judged.
Yep. Jacob's trouble.
Yes.
Jacob's trouble.
Yes.
Jacob's trouble will be female trouble. You will know why. You will know Jacob's trouble because Jacob will be in trouble. The mass deportations, that's only increasing too.
Yes.
That's only increasing now. You got some?
They said that they declared this one of the places that the feds have declared this, and I think some of the city, one of the places that of interest for sanctuary cities, like they're not complying or some shit like that.
And that's going to be also Isaiah 19:2, Egyptian versus Egyptian.
That's right.
People they said in 2025, by the end of 2025, they want to take like 250 to 800,000 immigrants out.
I've seen it.
That's
Yeah.
right? Was that the number? It was like that? Yeah. So what y'all think about to happen?
Come on.
Huh?
That's mad. Come on, bro.
And then you people just think you're just gonna go along to your art expos and work, you know, as ICE is just coming in running rampant.
Come on, man.
You think you just gonna be building a house as it's flooding.
Come on. Back in 1 Peter 4:17, it says, if it starts with us,
Yep.
how will it end with those who do not believe the good news from the Most High? As the scriptures say, it is difficult for good people to be saved. What then will become of godless sinners? They're going to be in the lake of fire.
Yep.
They're going to be judged in Jacob's trouble.
Judgment's coming.
You know, you got FEMA camps. You got the flood coming. You know, then you got the the Edomite flood coming. You know, with these troops.
Yep.
You know, you got the mandatory sea hipping coming.
Robots.
The hour of temptation. Yeah, robots, which Esau calls them cyberkinetic organisms, AI, if you want. You know, so everything is coming. It's coming to a full circle, man.
So we just need a certain black swan event.
Exactly.
Something's just gonna happen randomly, brothers. Something's gonna go down. There's a new pestilence in the air. Something's gonna happen where it just shifts. And even if you know it's fake, even if you know the conspiracy, it doesn't matter because it's gonna work on the masses.
That's right.
Something's gonna happen where he's gonna try the world. Something's gonna happen where there's gonna be an hour of temptation. Something's gonna happen where it's not gonna go back to normal.
Yes.
It's not gonna go back to normal. Something's gonna go down. Keep going.
Verse.
He controls your water. He controls your electricity. He controls housing. He controls driving. He controls the monetary system. You know?
Everything.
He
man.
controls everything. You're not gonna be able to register your vehicle.
Man.
I find it funny that Musk just fell off the scene.
Yeah.
That's everything.
He's back though.
Oh, he is?
Yeah,
Oh.
but he came back with a black eye.
That's weird.
That's the Black Eye Club.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
He just can't. It's technocracy.
Yes.
You're watching technocracy. He was just in the White House with Trump.
Yes.
He's back. He's now back on the scene. But he came back with a black eye, and he said X did it. That's the name of his son. He said his son punched him in his eye.
Yeah, right.
You sickos.
Yeah.
You MK satanic bloodline beasts.
He probably had to go do some shit with
Amalek.
to reach a certain number in the Masonic totem pole.
Yeah. Diddy had
know?
to punch him.
Oh shit. Back in 1 Peter 4:19. So then, those who suffer because it is.
Oh, there's something going down.
Oh damn.
There's 3 of them
Oh,
now.
yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
Bring it.
look, they stopping right there. We got action. Remember he said at top flight?
Yeah.
But soon it's gonna be military vehicles.
Yep.
Look, they already hopped out, guns drawn. Get them.
I was down there by where all them little kids was.
Yep. Look at them.
All them Edomites.
Get them. Look, there's the woman. She been here for years. That's the man. That's the 2. The Jake and the man. They've been homeless for years.
Yep.
And look, you got the powers that be that drove by us.
And look at Esau.
The typical nuclear family.
Yep.
All right, let's get back to business.
Back in 1 Peter 4:19. So then, those who suffer because it is the Most High's will for them, right? Like you said earlier, you know, we have to understand what the will of the Lord is.
Yep.
That's scripture.
Well, people don't understand the will of the Lord is putting Trump in office.
Yeah.
A lot of people can't accept that because they're still drunk with Biden's juice. But now you got to drink from Trump's vodka glass.
Yeah. That's right.
Sturdy.
Yep.
And it says, because it is the Most High's will for them, should by their good actions trust themselves completely to their Creator.
See, we got to trust in the Creator. Because if you don't separate yourself from the general public of people and understand how low level they are as just this vessel, then you'll never tap in to your Creator's power.
Yep.
The Lord, everything going on is the Lord. The Lord had the cops there, scoffer come up, what we're inspired to speak, everything.
Yeah.
Like the Truman Show. There's that yellow beetle. Like it's all set up by the Lord.
Everything's on cue.
Yep.
You know, everything happens at the right moment.
Yep.
Like how they say, oh, perfect timing.
Yep.
Come on, man.
And the Lord works in perfect timing, or the nick of timing.
Perfect. That's right.
Keep going.
And it says,
And when cops come, niggas get scared. These humans, they need to fear. They need the fear of God put in them.
yeah.
If humans feared Yahweh Shema Shai, this place will be running better.
Oh, yeah. And it reads, it says, should by their good actions trust themselves completely to their Creator,
See?
who always keeps His promise.
Boom. So we now are being built up to not fret and be reminded that the Father's promise is getting ready to be fulfilled. A little more.
Oh, that was the whole chapter.
That was all of it?
Yeah.
Well, keep reading the suffering part.
Okay.
Because that's still, there's more. That's the end of the chapter.
Are you going to start up again?
You read this?
Yeah.
Oh, we read all that?
Yeah. All right, I'm reading.
No.
Yeah.
What else we holding?
I was holding on else. When you said suffering, you said about the promise.
Yeah.
I was gonna get a precept.
Okay, get a precept. I didn't even think we read all that. So I can.
That's using the spirit, bro.
Start here. I already read that. Read it again. What you got, bro? We're about to wrap it up.
2 Peter 3 and verse 13. Nevertheless, we, according to His promise, look for new heavens and a new earth.
Yeah, because it's bad out here. Look, you got this. I don't even know what they're doing.
Oh, shit.
They hemmed them up. They got someone on the ground.
Yep.
Cops and shit.
They all wearing black.
Someone yelling World Star. Look, you know the people on the combo. Let me see. What they doing? He over here playing 3-6 Mafia.
Damn, this is demonic. Oh, man.
It smell like weed and mace.
Somebody piss out here. That's why we got the Palo Santo, you know?
It's bad out here. Let's get a couple more. We gotta get out of here, man.
Shit, nigga, woman running with leggings.
Yeah, with
black
holes in it.
leggings.
And some nigga
Gonna get
chasing
worse.
her. He wearing a beach towel like Diddy. It's just bad, you know?
Esau over there looking
Yeah.
clueless.
And probably his name's Graham.
And Esau riding a skateboard looking for drugs.
Yeah,
Oh, man.
From you.
With that coupe, with that fucking scully on.
Yep.
Sweaty ass beanie.
Then he's got the sticks he plays with, and he's
Oh my God.
we gotta go home.
Everybody's named Lot.
Yeah.
Everybody's a character, bro. You
Yeah.
see it.
Matter of fact, let's get Matthew 24 with the days of Noah.
Perfect.
And then from there, Kadazaba, can you give me Genesis 6 and start at 17?
Perfect. This is Matthew 24.
Was it
And-
34?
Yes. Matthew 24 and verse 36.
Start at Genesis 6 and 9, Kadazaba.
Okay, I'll get this first or?
Please, that first.
Okay.
Because then we'll precept it how they were in the days of Noah.
Got you.
You know?
Matthew 24 and 36. But of that day and hour knoweth no man.
See, no, but you see it. See, they don't know the day or hour. That's why they act like this. But we know that day and hour is coming.
Right.
This is why we act like this.
Right. And it reads.
Through the Spirit, of course.
That's right. No, not the angels of heaven, but my Father only.
Yep, that's why we say Blue Lives Matter. See, they're not a terror to good works.
Right.
They didn't just roll up here on us, but now when that time comes, that'll be persecution.
You notice they left,
Yeah.
and I was able to put my car on before
For the double, yeah,
Right,
because they would have
right.
saw the double park.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
I love you about Shema Shai.
See?
Oh, yo, man,
Yep.
shut up.
You need police out here. You know the police saved Apostle Paul from Jake trying to murder him.
Mm-hmm. And it reads.
We've had police come up and remove scoffers.
Literally.
He said, "Is he with you?" No.
Yeah.
Get his ass out of here, man.
We said no. He grabbed him. He said, you know how he grabs somebody? He's like, get the fuck out of
When he
here.
grab your chest meat,
Yeah.
like he actually grips your chest like a shirt and pulls you away.
Yeah. Come on, man.
Phil grabbed
Jazz,
Jazz.
yep. Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Keep going.
Verse 37. But as the days of Noah were, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be.
Yup, proud, delusional, thinking
Dirty.
I could do bad by myself,
Yep.
weak, sottish, stupid, ignorant, evil, completely in the flesh, rude, inconsiderate, side-eyeing you, you know, serving idols,
Damn.
being a demon, commit adultery,
Man.
You know, you on someone else's planet acting like your ass created grass.
Man.
Yeah?
And the list goes on. Verse 38. For as in the days that were before the flood,
What were they doing?
they were eating.
You're eating, glutton, mukbang.
Uh,
Eating, teaching you how to perfectly saute shrimp. You know? Octopus and eel. Eating pig's feet and hog maw.
that shit is.
You fucking bad.
Yeah. All this nasty shit, man. You people are sick. You're parasites.
And then let's not forget about the eating contests they have.
Yep.
You got eating mice that go to establishments and eat a 100-pound burger.
Impossible plates.
Bro, come on, man. How is that helping the world? It says, and drinking.
Lit.
Right.
You gotta watch that drinking, man.
Come on.
That shit's a legitimate demon.
Yeah.
That shit is, there's a silent drinking demon that's trying to take you out. You know? Like a drinking demon to me, it's like a dark shadow just in the corner of the room,
Man.
just constantly throwing reasons why you should drink. You gotta watch that. It's lawful, but you gotta know what's evil for you.
Yeah.
You could drink, but you gotta be careful because that moderation, man.
Yeah.
I'm speaking to myself first, because there's times where I put it down or I pick it up. And he's like, shit, man, this shit is enough.
Yeah.
You gotta be careful.
Yeah, man.
Because Yahweh Shai said in Matthew 25, you know, he won't be a wise servant. He'll be with the drunkards.
Yep.
He's delaying his coming. Now you always depressed. Now you always angry. And you're not in the spirit. You're not studying. You got to be careful. Yes, you could drink, but me personally, drinking for me is more like if it's a social.
Right.
Not just coming home and sitting on the couch. You know? You got to be a reason.
You're sitting on the couch.
And nothing to do. So just be mindful. Every brother's different, but you got to know what's evil for you, you know, in the midst of waiting to be delivered from evil.
Right.
Keep going.
And it reads,
Drinking baby's blood. Shit, I didn't mean to say that.
But shit, that's the
You
truth,
know?
though.
Drinking baby oil.
Even down the street, like you got over there, you got East Ave, which is the fucking club strip, and damn near every time somebody, you know, is over there, somebody dies.
Yeah, they give people too much hard liquor.
Yeah, man.
There's a reason why liquor stores close at 9.
Yeah.
You shouldn't have that much access to hard liquor
Yes.
and alcohol. You know?
And it's at night.
Yep.
You know.
And you make a lot of dumb decisions. A lot of you women only have a position because men are horny.
Yep.
He's just horny.
That's it.
And then after he gets his rocks off, then he tells you how he feels.
Yeah.
And now you surprised.
They call it a post clarity, whatever.
Yeah. Beer goggles.
Yeah. And it says,
Big Shirley only gets to put she's thick in her bio because niggas are drunk.
yeah, that's it. Back in Matthew 24 and 38.
Yes.
Yeah. They were eating and drinking.
Yeah.
Remember back in the day, they just say, she's not fat, she's big boned.
I'm husky. I'm husky.
Man. Damn. This shit's crazy, man.
Big Lizzo.
And then when you go to the doctor, you morbidly obese.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yep.
And it says,
You can't see he's fooling you.
come on, man.
Like Jake really can't see you're being deceived to be overweight and arrogant. You don't see that? You should be upset. He wants you to be fat. You know? Like when I was growing
Right.
up, women didn't take their pants and pull it over their belly button.
Right.
But for some odd reason, now you bitches, now you just I can see it.
Yeah, that's your
They
stomach,
had so
girl.
much shit to suck in the fat. And Lizzo, she exploited all the women off her weight, and now the bitch done took Ozempic, and the bitch is losing all the weight. And all these bitches are still fat.
You're skinny, you're fat. Bro, hey, you brothers and you sisters, just keep thanking Yahweh Shemel Shai. You are here, okay? And you're not out there. Because anybody trying to fight for the black people or community days are numbered.
Yes.
Your days are numbered, okay? Trying to fix Keisha, your days are numbered. Like, look, think about it. I always bring it up just because, you know, we exhort. All the sisters are here. They being built up because the Lord is allowed to be built up. We didn't create a Sister Sarah Saturday. So we don't have to sit you down every day and call you and tell you.
Yep.
And it's all in the spirit. We're in a true hour where the true worshipers are going to come in.
That's right.
A little more.
Back in Matthew 24 and 38,
Yep.
before the flood, they were eating and drinking, marrying and giving in marriage until the day that Noah entered into the ark and knew not until the flood came.
I's married now. Remember that color purple? I's married now.
Oh, raindrop.
That don't mean nothing, man. Selfish endeavors don't complete life.
Yeah.
So now go to Genesis. Let's go into that.
This is the book of
So
Genesis.
Yes, look.
and then it says until Noah entered the ark. That's why it says until the cities be wasted.
Right.
So they're gonna be like that. Lizzo gonna be Lizzie until the cities be wasted. She's gonna carry herself like they're gonna be this way until the cities be wasted. You said,
Oh, don't it say in Isaiah 54 about the wasters to destroy?
Yep.
And the wasters what?
The nukes. Yep.
That's fire right there.
Yep.
That's spiritual. No pun intended. And it says, verse 39, and knew not until the flood came and took them all away, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be.
boom. So that's the standard. And what's crazy is you could keep reading on down
Yeah.
and going to 25.
Yeah.
It breaks everything down. But let's read this because we're gonna wrap it up.
This is the book of Genesis chapter 6, verse 9. These are the generations of Noah. Noah was a just man.
Right, meaning a righteous man. You know, just like in the eyes of Yahweh Shema Shai, just like we desire to be blameless, you know, in the eyes of Yahweh Shema Shai and righteous. That's why we're out here, showing our faith by our works, fearing the Lord, right?
And the only way that we will be righteous is by the blood of Yahweh Shai,
Right.
being predestinated. We're doing what we're supposed to be doing. But the only thing that's gonna justify us if the blood is over us.
Right.
That's why Jake be like, what do he say? The blood of Jesus cover me?
Yeah.
You know? No, it's the blood of Yahweh Shai.
Yeah. That's right.
Keep going.
Noah was a just man and perfect in his generation.
See? So we pray to be the perfect of this generation. And we don't act proud, but the way Jake Way is looking, you know, man, I don't run to Zao. That's us.
Yeah.
Keep going.
And Noah walked with the Most High.
Like we're walking. Our whole walk is centered around Yahweh Shema Shai. Choices. Because one thing you got to wrap your head around, you could have a woman to actually try to commit adultery with you.
Yeah.
Make a pass at you even though she got a man.
Yeah.
You know?
Verse 10. And Noah begat 3 sons.
Through the act of sex. All right? So before we all get before everybody get all fucking Christian-y, okay? This is the reality of creature, man. Shit, I remember in the world, they had a movie that was depicted of Adam and Eve. Adam was a Jake. It was a movie, but Eve was a redhead white woman, and in the movie, he was popping her.
See?
You know? I was like, oh shit. I was a young lad, but they was getting down. What you think's gonna happen?
Right.
What you think you gonna come around with? Something gonna happen. Let's stop. I despise the childish Christian mindset that Jake tries to come in when you learn this truth.
Exactly. Come on, man.
Why did the 3 sons of Noah have wives? So they could bear children for them. So sex is important.
That's right.
Keep going.
Like parents say, how you think you got here?
Right.
You know?
Sex for an Israelite man is important. So don't deprive me. Keep going.
And Noah begat 3 sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth.
Yep.
Japheth.
It mentioned Shem first.
The earth was also was corrupt.
The earth was corrupt. The earth, they got a rapper named Corrupt.
With a K.
Special K. Here, the earth is corrupt, and this nigga comes out with a gun, with a knife, with a kill. You're right? Like, yeah, damn, bro. Like, damn, bro.
Damn.
It's that evil.
This place is fucking wicked, bro.
And then, the only people that are set up for justice are so-called police. So they're not really bringing justice.
And then within that, you got corrupt police.
And then within that, you got corrupt police.
Yep.
Now let's see what, read that again. I want to see what the word corrupt means. Oh, it says rapper. No, I'm just playing.
Oh, shit, I'm about to say.
I'm just playing.
Verse 11, the earth also was corrupt before the Most High,
See?
and the earth was filled with violence.
Just like today, man. You got people killing each other. You got people, people committing, I don't want to say the word, but what's the word? Deleting themselves.
Yeah.
When
Suicide.
Suicide. Because like bro, this word is out of whack, maybe because of Esau, man. Everything is fucking out of order,
When you go into the word corrupt in verse 11, it means decay, ruin, spoiled, corrupted, injured, rotted.
Damn.
Rotted. All right? You can't even go out no more and look for a decent woman.
Times change.
You can't even do it, bro. You can't do it. You can't. And as of late, my mind thinks about when I see a woman, how many children has she Control Alt deleted?
Yep.
How many children has she thrown in the Nile River?
Yep.
You can't trust people, man. So that's why we just trust in the Lord.
And if she's doing that, then that means she had multiple partners.
Exactly.
Come on, man.
Our fucking vaginas are fucking great, bro.
Yep.
Literally.
Rotted.
Yeah.
You had that one Jake woman that had maggots coming out of her backside.
Oh.
Yep.
Shit is a tool.
It's a sepulchre.
That's just. Oh.
It's sick. It's rotted. It's actually an abomination. You're standing in Gehenna.
Yeah.
And the worm didn't die not in her ass. This shit is sick out here. It's sick. The people sleeping over here, urinating, defecating. Then we try to move. Then you go over here. It's a nigga woman that works for Securitas that tells you don't record the building.
Yeah. And this is just one city and one state.
This one street.
Right. This is one street, bro. This is, downtown.
Keep going.
Man.
The earth, verse 11, the earth was also corrupt before the Most High.
The earth also was decayed before the Most High. It also was destroyed in moral ethic before the Most High. Keep going.
And the earth was filled with violence.
Yep.
And the Most High looked upon the earth, and behold, it was corrupt.
See?
For all flesh had corrupted his way.
Man, all the flesh is just finished, done, nasty, disgusting, evil, demonic, and through.
Upon the earth. And the Most High said unto Noah, the end of all flesh is come before me.
The end of all flesh. Petite, thick, fit,
Everything.
skinny, chubby, husky. It don't matter what type of person you are. If you ain't of the elect in America, you're gonna die, man.
Rude.
You're gonna die. You're gonna die to death. That's what people don't and you can feel it. You can feel we're in that scene of the movie now. Was that it on that? And then you got a closing precept?
Yes.
You want me to finish 13?
Yeah.
And the Most High said unto Noah, the end of all flesh is come before me.
Yep.
For the earth is filled with violence through them.
Keep going.
And behold, I will destroy them with the earth.
Boom. This is why we're waiting on a new heaven and a new earth. And the earth abideth forever, so you got to get the understanding. Meaning that this current earth, starting with Babylon, is going to be burned away. Then the walls around the earth through the great earthquake from the nukes is going to shake it. And then a new earth will be rebuilt upon it.
Yep.
What you got, brother?
This is the book of Haggai 2 and 6. For thus said the Lord of hosts, yet once it is a little while, and I will shake the heavens and the earth and the sea and the dry land, and I will shake all nations, and the desire of all nations shall come, and I will fill this house with glory, said the Lord of hosts.
Boom. So this place is getting ready to be destroyed, and the next to be ruling in glorification is Israel. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
King Yahushua, King David, the disciples, and the elect, and they're going to come down and govern the world back in righteousness, to bring it how it was supposed to be. Let's make man in our image.
Right.
Then after that first day, then we're gonna say it good, right? To why?
Right.
Good.
Right.
That'll be the first day of recreation. All right. So I don't have to tell you, brothers and few sincere sisters was edified. We just want to say, call Allah, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, HaKakodash. Double honors to our elders and apostles of Great Millstone that do well. Peace and salutations to the Lord's elect. With that being said, Shalom.